Every year I visit Chelsea Rose Garden, which is Norwich, Connecticut. And this year I took a couple of friends, my friend Charlene and Lucille, and we thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. We were everywhere with our cameras. This is the Peace Rose, which was the All-American in 1946. Fortunately, they still have many of the old hybrid tea roses there, but they are gradually being replaced by the new shrub roses. This one's Bonita and the knockout type roses. They make beautiful hedges, as you can see here, and they're maintenance free pretty near. They don't have the need for spraying, although this year I did notice that they had sprayed, fortunately, with some fungicide and perhaps an insecticide as well. And I've never seen the rose garden look as beautiful as it did this year. And we had very mild weather in April and May, and this picture's being taken in June, middle of June, and we had just had a good rainstorm, and as you can see, the mulch around the plants helps retain the moisture. Some of the characteristics of this rose garden, which I truly appreciate, are the trellises. We're looking at a trellis of early dawn, which is both a climber and an old hybrid tea. And I'm glad to see that they have still maintained those trellises. But of course, to have good roses, you need to have heavy pruning. And they did a wonderful, masterful job, actually, with the mulching and the cleaning out, the pruning and the spraying. I'm sure at some point they may have tried to cut back on that for various reasons. But I'm going to repeat, I've never seen it as beautiful as it is this year in 2013. And of course, Norwich, Connecticut is one of my favorite places. That was my first radio station, WICH. And of course, they continue to be hooked up to us some 33 years later. Our friend Gary, an arid fan, Gary Mossy, came over and visited with us, and he helped us identify some of the roses that we're looking at. He lives not very far from this rose garden, and what an advantage. They're expanding this rose garden now to include a full botanical garden. And they're going to have a butterfly garden, and they're still raising money to accomplish this, but they're going to have a wonderful place to visit besides the rose garden, which, as I said, I guess every year for the last 30 some odd years, I've gone to Norwich Rose Garden, one of my favorite places. And if you get a chance, I recommend it highly, especially at first blush. Now, these roses will continue to bloom. That is one of the features of the knockout type roses. They give waves of blooms, and the old hybrid teas are ever blooming, as is the New Dawn climber that we saw on the trellises. Here we take another look at it. And what a setup. Next to the knockout, we have the early dawn, and then we have separate rose bushes. Again, it's in Norwich, Connecticut, and all the signs around the area point to the rose garden. So take a visit if you get a chance.